I know people might think I talk about this situation in every video. So before I start this video, I just want to say that this situation affected me so much and I'm healing on my own timeline. And venting about it on video is my coping mechanism since I have no one to talk to. So if you are not in my shoes, you have no room to talk. Healing isn't something you rush, and I'm taking the time that I need. So don't tell me how long it should take for me to heal. And it's not like I'm revisiting the past or something like that. I'm just addressing the damage that this whole situation caused because I'm still affected by it. All these months later, I'm still affected by it. It's been almost 10 months and I'm still affected by all this. This affected my mental health on top of things I was already dealing with before this whole situation even took place. No one has any idea what I deal with. I'm trying to process what hurt me. And if that makes you uncomfortable, then too bad. Just click off the video. Because I'm not going to silence myself just to make others feel better. So I just wanted to start off by saying, women who respect themselves, set boundaries, lead with emotional maturity, and don't tolerate nonsense, we raise the bar. And some men run from standards and they can't handle that because they just want easy access, not real effort. That's why they always choose women with no self-worth because they're just easy. I know my worth and I won't tolerate disrespect. So men get intimidated by that and just leave. And that shows that they are not meant to stay and can't handle me setting boundaries. But he showed me so different when we first met and then just switched up on me in an instant. And something he said that really stuck out to me is when he said, "Oh, I don't want to do anything to lose you." I don't know why he said that to me when we first met, because he literally did everything to lose me. And on top of that, left me for somebody else. And that really hurts. His actions definitely didn't match his words. And when you're a person that loves deeply, like that kind of pain really messes with your head and it cuts so deep. And it's so hard to move on from a situation when you've been treated so unfairly. And even though I got my heart broken, I still believe in love. And the only reason why I still believe in love is because of the way that I love. So there has to be at least one person in this entire world who is going to align with my values. I just wish somebody would just reciprocate my love one day. That's all I ask for, like just reciprocate, respect, cherish, love me. I just want real love. So he had to have met someone else, because there is no way you showed all this interest in me in the beginning to wanting absolutely nothing to do with me anymore out of nowhere. And even though he led me on and did me wrong and hurt me so bad, I still believe in love. And the only reason that I still believe in love is because of the way that I love. My love is pure, my love is genuine, and my love is intentional. I'm really a lover girl, and nobody wants to reciprocate being loved properly like I do. I was born to be a lover girl, but forced to stay single because of this generation. Like, damn, my bad, I wanted something serious. I forgot what generation we live in. It's just sad. But I really hope us lover girls find an ending that we deserve after everything that we've been through. And some people just do not understand where I'm coming from, because they'll say stuff like, "Oh, just move on and date other people and just have fun." Why the hell would I want to date people just to have fun? No, I date to marry. I do not date for fun. You are not going to think the same way I do because I'm still a virgin. I have morals, I have values, I have respect for myself. I don't date just to pass time. I date for a purpose because I see a future with you. A hoe mindset and a virgin mindset is going to be two whole completely different things. When someone is used to easy access and no accountability, they won't understand or appreciate someone who moves with care and purpose. And that disconnect is why standards feel threatening to some people. Y'all don't get it because y'all date casually. Y'all move from person to person, and y'all have been through so many partners, which is disgusting. And another thing people do that I will never understand is, I've never understood why people have sex with people they are not in a relationship with and barely even know that person. I do not believe in having sex without commitment. This hookup culture, like, I will never understand. That's another thing that I really hate about this generation. I believe sex is a part of life, but I do not believe that it should be shared with just anyone. If you're having sex with people outside of a relationship, then you have no respect for yourself at all. Like, how can you just share your body with just anybody? And this goes for women and men, because men are the main ones who think they get cool points for just sleeping with any and everybody. I don't know why y'all think that's something to be proud of, because it's not. That's the most disgusting thing ever. You have absolutely no worth if you do that. And for the women, you need to cherish your body as a temple. You do not owe your body to anyone. You deserve love, respect, and someone who appreciates you. Never settle for people who do not see your worth. And people who hook up with just any and everybody always say stuff like, oh, but we're grown and like, what? Being grown is not an excuse for being a hoe and having no respect for yourself. If anything, you're very childish and very immature, because you're purposely making life decisions that you know is going to affect your life and your health just for a brief moment of pleasure. That's not being grown, that's being very immature. Having multiple sex partners is nothing to be proud of. Stop having sex with people you are not in a relationship with. Choosing to only be intimate in committed relationships is a form of self-respect. Having boundaries around who you share your body with matters. And everyone should move in a way that aligns with their values. That's why I'm still a virgin, because I've never had my first boyfriend yet. And I still, at almost 25 years old, have not found the right one for me. I will literally be 25 in June of this year, and I still have not had my first boyfriend yet. Nothing. And I know I keep mentioning that, I'm still a virgin, never had my first boyfriend yet, but I do not care. I'm gonna brag about being a virgin all I want, because that's actually something to brag about. There's literally people out here who brag about how many people they slept with, how many partners they've been with, and that's not anything you should be bragging about at all. I value my body and my emotional safety, which is why I'm still a virgin and never been in my first relationship yet, because I still have yet to come across somebody who aligns with my morals and my values. And whoever my first boyfriend is going to be the luckiest man in the world, because I am so rare and I know my worth. You are never going to come across somebody like me, especially in this generation. So anybody that fumble me, you are taking a huge L. That's a huge loss to take, fumbling somebody like me. Y'all literally date any and everybody. I am the complete opposite. I date because I see potential in you and I see a future with you. I'm very selective, I'm very picky, I'm slow to open up to people, I'm slow to trust people, and people turn me off very easily. So when I do connect with someone, it's real and it's rare. I only connect to people when I feel a genuine connection. When someone makes you feel safe, when someone treats you differently, when someone makes you feel something special. And my first ever genuine connection was with him. Never had that much of a genuine connection with somebody ever before. That was my first ever genuine connection. He made me feel that in the beginning. I've never cared about anybody as much as I did him. I've never connected that deeply with somebody in my life. That's why I got way further with him than anybody else that ever tried to talk to me. I have never gotten to a point where I was actually getting taken out on dates until I met him. I literally went on my first ever date in my life last year. The first time I went out with him, that was my first time ever going on a date in my life. Anybody else that has ever tried to talk to me, it would never make it out of like us messaging each other and actually going out, because I never felt that safe and that comfortable around anybody ever. So I felt so safe around him and we had that connection. So it actually got to a point where we actually got to go out with each other. Because a lot of people, I just do not have any connection. I don't feel safe, and everything was completely different with him. He made an effort and showed that he actually liked me, and I really appreciated that. But I guess he wasn't emotionally mature enough to handle how deeply I love, and just left me for somebody else. I just cannot stop thinking about this whole heartbreak situation and how much it affected me. I really thought everything was finally about to work out with somebody, because everything just felt so perfect in the beginning when we first met. He was being such a gentleman, so polite, so well-mannered. Everything worked out. I felt so safe and so comfortable around him. And like I said, I went on my first ever date with somebody ever in my life, so I really thought everything was finally about to work out with someone, because I've never gotten that far before. He showed me so different in the beginning, and he showed that he was putting so much time and effort into me, planning dates ahead of time, showing that he actually liked me, and he was showing me that I was not an option. He was showing that he was choosing me and only me. And I feel like other guys just want me, but wanting me and valuing me are two whole different things. They are not the same thing. Attraction or chasing doesn't equal respect or commitment. My point has always been being valued for my morals, my worth, and my self-respect. I need someone who puts in so much time and effort into me, who shows up, who is consistent, and I need real, genuine intention. I don't want to be an option. I want to be chosen, not just someone who just says they're interested. Even at 24 years old, I still never came across anyone who aligns with my morals and values and what I'm truly looking for. This is why I've never been in my first relationship and also still a virgin. I've learned a lot being single my whole life, so I refuse to settle for less. I've learned a lot being single my whole life, so I refuse to settle or lower my values and standards. I don't open up easily. It takes a lot for someone to earn my trust. I'd rather wait than be with someone who doesn't respect what I stand for. I'll just continue to wait for someone whose actions match their words, someone who shows up consistently, and someone who chooses me fully, not just when it's convenient. Because at the end of the day, being with the right person isn't about filling a void. It's about mutual respect, alignment, and real connection. So when he came into my life, I thought I was finally stepping into something that I've been waiting for basically my whole life. And like I said, I do not open up to people easily. He was the first person I ever fully opened up to. And we really aligned so well in the beginning. Just for him to completely change into this whole different person. And this hurts so bad because he was the first person I fully opened my heart to and fully trusted. In almost my whole life, I've always been upset that, or mainly like starting like my teenage years maybe, I've always been upset that I don't get to experience anything new. I've never had my first boyfriend yet. I'm still a virgin at 24 years old, almost 25 this year. I've never had friends before, no social life. I'm so isolated from the whole world. All I do is sit home 24/7 because I literally have nobody to go anywhere with, nobody to hang out with, don't have any friends. I literally have never had a friend in my life. I'm not a social person. I've always felt like my life is just wasting away. So when he approached me and finally came into my life, I thought all these new things were going to start happening for me. Just for him to lead me on and leave me hurting. He dropped me just like that to be with somebody else. I don't understand that. How do you start dating somebody else that quickly? That means he's just settling because you see me, I've been single my entire life because I do not settle. I don't just settle for anybody. He dropped me out of nowhere just to talk to somebody else, and now they're already in a relationship. And we were just going out on dates in April. We were literally going out on dates at the beginning of April. And then by the end of April, that's when he started acting so different towards me. And now all of a sudden he has a girlfriend now. I just cannot get over the fact that he just up and left. And it's so obvious that he talked to somebody else because it's so crazy how he changed so drastically from being this sweet, caring, respectful person. And he instantly just changed into this evil, disrespectful, cold-hearted person. So for him to act like that towards me, you know he gotta be talking to somebody else. But he has no right to act that way towards me. That is so disrespectful. And he was talking so heavy in the beginning, saying we're gonna do all these things together in the future, just for him to leave me and for us to not even have a future together. And when he started just fading away from me, since he would never answer the phone for me no more, never answer my texts, calls, anything, I used to send him like 30-minute voice notes trying to express to him how I was feeling and how bad he hurt me and how bad the situation hurt me. And in the voice messages, I would say stuff like, can you please communicate with me on what went wrong and be honest with me on why you're treating me this way after you showing so much interest in me in the beginning? Like, what happened? Why did you change towards me? This is really hurting my feelings. Like, did I do something wrong? Is it my fault? Can you please tell me the truth on what happened? Because I know something has changed. Like, I gave him so many opportunities to communicate with me, and he still chose not to. All I wanted to do was communicate with him, and he would not let me communicate with him. And he would never respond to anything that I would send him because he doesn't want to take accountability for his actions. I tried to explain how bad he hurt me, and he just completely disregarded my feelings. All I wanted him to do was communicate with me. I really hate emotionally immature people, because how are you not understanding that what you did was not okay? He is so childish and doesn't want to communicate or take accountability for his actions. And then it was one time I tried to open up to him and explain how bad he hurt me and how much it has affected me mentally. And he literally had the nerve to say, whatever you're going through don't have nothing to do with me. That is beyond disrespectful. I'm going through so much shit, you're just gonna disregard everything that I'm dealing with when I'm trying to open up to you. Like, that is insane. That shows how emotionally immature he is and how he has such a lack of empathy for me. How can you be just such a heartless monster? It just blows my mind, because I just cannot believe how much he changed towards me when he was so respectful and I felt so safe around him in the beginning and just so comfortable around him. Like, we just clicked right away. I've never felt that with anybody before, so for him to change on me that quick is insane. And I just keep talking about it because I'm trying to process everything that has happened in these last 9 months. And another thing that was very disrespectful of him was, after I posted a story time because of how bad I'm hurting, he started sending all his friends to my account to cuss me out, call me names, and harass me over a situation that he started. This situation has nothing to do with his friends, and he just brought them into this, and they don't know anything about the situation, and just came at me so disrespectfully, and they don't even know me. Why would you feel the need to harass a stranger and you know nothing about me and nothing about my life at all? They have absolutely no right to talk to me that way. I would never feel comfortable speaking to a stranger like that. That's like going out in public and approaching a random stranger and just cussing them out for absolutely no reason. And you never met them, you don't know them, nothing. You do not speak to people like that. I have never met y'all and never spoke to y'all a day in my life. Y'all are really fucked up people for that. That is insane. And in my last video of me addressing the hate comments and stuff they were sending me, I was saying stuff like, but I didn't cross any boundaries, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. I shouldn't even feel the need to explain myself to people who were disrespectful towards me off the rip. So at this point, it's fuck y'all. I'm done being nice. I'm done letting people just walk all over me, thinking they can talk to me any kind of way, treat me any kind of way, disrespect me every chance they get. I don't give a fuck how y'all feel, because y'all don't give a fuck how I feel and how bad the situation hurt me. I came on here being so vulnerable and sharing my feelings, and y'all just want to come at me and cuss me out and harass me. Like, that's insane. Calling me all these names, like, grown adults doing all that. He's the one in the wrong, not me. So why is everybody trying to come at me? I am so done being nice to people. Y'all not about to talk to me and treat me any kind of way. I am so fed up with people disrespecting me for absolutely no reason. You can just tell how childish and immature they all are. He is beyond disrespectful for letting his friends speak to me that way. Why would you send your friends to disrespect me and speak to me crazy instead of communicating with me directly? That's how you know he's avoiding accountability for his actions. That's why he got people involved who know nothing about the situation and tried to make it seem like he's the victim. And I don't know what kind of lies he told them about me or what assumptions they made about me, but they have no right to talk to me like that. And karma's a bitch. I cannot wait until karma comes back around and hits them all. Just wait. I cannot wait until the tables turn. Y'all are gonna be in for a rude awakening treating a stranger like that. You cannot blame me for reacting to his disrespect. They don't even know anything about the situation. They just want to feel involved in something that has nothing to do with them. And I would never do something like this to him. I would never send people to his page to cuss you out, call you names, and harass you. That's exactly what he did to me. That's fucked up. I would have never expected that from him. I would never disrespect someone like that, so why are you doing it to me? I'm a quiet, shy person. I don't bother anyone. So if I ever have a problem with someone, then you know they started it. People love to target the quiet ones, thinking they can just get a reaction out of us. And all I do is respect everyone, so why do I get disrespect in return of that? And the thing is, I wanted to keep everything between me and him, but I didn't have that outlet anymore since he stopped talking to me. And I couldn't just bottle everything inside me because it was driving me crazy. And it was his decision to be childish and not communicate on why he changed towards me. I have no one to talk to and no one to vent to, so I came online expressing my feelings for the first time ever. I wouldn't have had to do that if he just communicated with me like an adult. You are way too grown to be acting this childish. It was a girl and a guy he sent to harass me. And it was surprising when the guy friend cussed me out because he's a man, so I would have never expected him to talk to me like that. That's literally verbal abuse. You literally sent a man to my page to speak on your behalf, cuss at a woman, talk aggressively, and gang up on me. That is literally verbal abuse. A respectful man would never allow his friends to speak to a woman like that, especially someone he knows. I did not deserve to be spoken to that way, especially by a man that doesn't even know me. That makes me feel very unsafe, very uncomfortable, and very disrespected. That is beyond disrespectful. As a man, you do not talk to a woman like that. Y'all have no respect for women at all. And I hate when niggas don't have a mind of their own and they just follow after everything their homeboy does. And they let their homeboys influence a decision that they're gonna make instead of having a mind of their own. That is so childish. Like, if you're scared to be judged by your friends, then you shouldn't be friends with those people in the first place. You'd rather try to fit in than have a mind of your own. Y'all are way too grown to be acting this way. And another thing, some men just always complain about how women are like hoes and shit like that. And the whole time that they're complaining, they literally have a good woman right in their face. But they choose to overlook good women because that's not actually what they want. They fail to see that and just ignore the women who actually have morals and who would actually treat them right. They say they want one thing, but their actions are showing another. And then the girl he sent to my page to cuss me out and call me all these names, she is obviously male-centered and seeks validation from men. Because why are you doing the most to make him seem like the victim when he's obviously the one that's in the wrong? We're supposed to be there for each other as women, not go against each other. Why are you tearing another woman down to defend a man that was clearly in the wrong? And she came off very hostile from the jump. Like, why would you speak to a stranger like that? I really hate ghetto ass bitches like that who just always want to start stuff and cause problems that don't even exist. You came at me very disrespectfully and don't even know me. He told her to come to my page and talk all this shit for no reason. And this situation don't even got anything to do with her. I really hate ghetto bitches like that who make us black women look bad. Cause not all of us are loud, ghetto, like to start fights, cause all this drama and all this dumb shit. I am nothing like these people. I'm classy, nowhere near ghetto. And it's just a shame that they act like this. And I'm just so angry because why would they even speak to me like that? They just ran with the lies he told them and they started coming at me for absolutely no reason. Y'all have no right to speak to me that way. Like, what the fuck is y'all problem? I don't even know these people. Like, I cannot believe how evil some people are in this world. And y'all can really just go to hell because y'all are just demons and evil as shit. I cannot wait until y'all rot in hell for treating me this way. I cannot wait until karma eats everybody up who took advantage of me, who took advantage of my kindness, who disturbed my peace, and who mistreated me when I had nothing but pure, genuine, and good intentions for you. People stay treating the good people like shit. They just want to walk all over us every chance they get. And never, not once, did y'all take my feelings into consideration. Y'all saw the story time. Y'all saw all the emotions and everything that I've been through, all the hurt and pain he put me through. And y'all still just came at me for no reason at all. And I'm already going through so much shit, and people talking down on me and treat me any kind of way is making it 100 times worse. My mental health is so fucked up because of all this. And not even just with this situation, it was other stuff I was already going through before this. Like, it's just so much shit, and it is just so much anger built up inside me because of how much people mistreat me and disrespect me for absolutely no reason. I would never treat anyone like this, so why do people have to treat me like this? And one thing I noticed is how the only people who are taking my story time the wrong way are the hoes. Because like I already said, a hoe mindset has a whole nother way of thinking than the mindset of a person with self-respect and morals. Y'all will never understand where I'm coming from, and we will never see eye to eye because y'all don't have respect for yourself. So our mindsets are on two whole completely different levels. Y'all don't connect with people and feel things deeply like I do. So if you're just gonna hate on me and shit, I shouldn't even hear any haters' opinions on anything unless you're also still a virgin and never had your first relationship yet, like me. Because your brain is not gonna think the same way as mine because you don't connect deeply with one person. Y'all date anybody. So of course, if you're a hoe and just date any and everybody, you will never understand where I'm coming from. Y'all just fuck around with any and everybody. So I don't want to hear shit from nobody unless you're in the same shoes as me, or at least just respect me and don't just disregard my feelings and talk shit and hate on me, because only another virgin would understand. And I actually got this real sweet message from this girl on TikTok, and she just DM'd me on there, and she understood everything I was going through because she's a virgin as well. So we see eye to eye. So that explains why she understood everything that I'm going through. And this comment really stood out to me. So she said, "Hi, I just wanted to say I really felt your video. What you described is something people don't talk about enough. How painful it is when you let yourself hope and then someone pulls away with no explanation. It doesn't matter that it was only a few dates. Feelings don't work on a timeline. I'm 21, a virgin, waiting till marriage, and I've never had a boyfriend either. So seeing you speak so honestly made me feel less alone. I just wanted you to know you're not behind, you're not crazy, and you're not the only one who feels deeply like this. Please keep being you and don't lose your faith. Peace really will come." That was so sweet and so respectful. I really appreciate people like that because that really just warms my heart. And knowing that somebody actually sees eye to eye with me, respecting me, being there for me when nobody else is, that really means a lot to me. And she understands fully because we are both virgins, we both see eye to eye, we both feel things deeply. Like, that makes me feel so much less alone in everything that I'm dealing with. I really appreciate that so much. And plus, I got a lot of engagement on this one video I posted on TikTok. It was a little clip of my story time video, and there was so many people in the comments supporting me, showing me so much love and support, and that really means a lot. And those women are just like me. Like, we've had similar experiences, so we all like collectively understand each other, and that just feels so good to know that I'm just not alone in everything. So in the video of me addressing hate comments, I got a hate comment on that video. Crazy, right? This person said, "This is ridiculous. If you don't want the crazy people, then don't associate with them. There's always gonna be haters. You need to stop doing this. This is bad for you." How are you gonna comment a hate comment on a video of me addressing hate comments? This person must have not fully watched my video all the way through. I hate when people don't watch the full video and then comment something, and then their comment just sounds crazy, because if they would have watched my full video, you wouldn't be confused about anything. You need to watch the full video so you can completely understand where I'm coming from. That's why I always say make sure you watch until the end so you can fully understand everything I said in the video. It's so simple to just fully pay attention and fully understand, but people just fail to do that. But of course you're gonna do the complete opposite if you don't care. Anyway, they saying that if you don't want the crazy people, don't associate with them. What the fuck? I don't associate with anyone. I'm a quiet, introverted person. I have no social life, no friends, no nothing. I stay completely to myself. People come into my life and bother me, not the other way around. I never approach anybody first. I don't allow just anybody to come into my life. But I allowed him. He was the first ever person I allowed into my life, and the first person I fully trusted, because he showed me different in the beginning, but sadly he switched up out of nowhere. He came into my life and presented himself one way as a respectful gentleman, and then he just completely switched up on me out of nowhere, and he changed into this whole different person towards me and became very disrespectful. And then he dragged his friends into the situation to harass me as well. So that has nothing to do with me. I don't associate with anybody. No one even knows me. I'm unknown, out the mix, stay to myself. Nobody even knows me. I'm completely unknown. I don't talk to anybody. I don't associate with anyone. I don't even have a social life. That's why I'm talking to a camera right now. I don't have nobody to talk to. I don't have nothing, nobody. And then they really had the nerve to say, oh, there's always gonna be haters. Funny how you say that when you're a hater yourself. You're a hater as well, so I don't know what you talking about. And then they said, oh, you need to stop doing this. Stop doing what? I ain't doing shit. He came into my life bothering me. All I'm doing is reacting to his disrespect. Don't get mad at a reaction that you caused. I hate when people try to disregard my feelings and then blame the victim. That really pisses me off so bad. Stop being so fucking disrespectful. Don't get mad at my reaction to your disrespect. Everybody is always bothering me, not the other way around. All you have to do is just simply leave me the fuck alone. I have let people's disrespect slide way too much, and I'm not going for that anymore. I'm tired. This whole situation was my last straw. Now I'm about to just call everybody out who disrespects me. Stop bothering me. Y'all sit there and gang up on me and cuss me out because he's mad that I'm exposing the truth and he can't take accountability for his actions. He chose to hide behind other people instead of communicating with me directly. So he sent his friends to cuss me out over something that's his fault. You caused this whole situation. All I'm doing is speaking on how bad it affected me. Now y'all mad that I'm telling the truth and you can't own up to your actions? You're choosing to disrespect me over taking accountability for your own actions. And then, like I said, that one time at work, he came up to me and he was like, can you stop talking about me? What? If you think me telling a story on how heartbroken you left me is me talking shit about you, then you need to fix yourself and how you treat others. You have a lot of self-reflecting to do because everything I said in that story time is the truth. So you're mad that the truth is getting exposed. You cannot just hurt me and do me dirty and then play victim when I react. I'm reacting to pain that you caused, and you're getting mad because you don't know how to take accountability for your actions. I've been silent for way too long, and everybody's mad because I'm not letting disrespect slide anymore, and I'm finally speaking up for myself for the first time. And another thing he fails to realize is that I wouldn't have even opened up and shared this whole story time if I didn't care. I really cared about him, and he hurt me. So I didn't know what to do with that pain. I was left just trying to figure out how to heal. And being hurt by someone you genuinely cared about leaves you confused and trying to make sense of the whole situation. And I don't know how to process all that hurt because I've never been through heartbreak before. I really just cannot believe how evil these people are. And these are the kind of people who are the main ones who act like they're all about God, but they treat people like complete trash. Treat people so cruel and so evil. And it just blows my mind how you can be the most genuine person and the most kindest person to everybody, and people still choose to walk all over you and just treat you like shit. I am so frustrated from this heartbreak, so I'm just making these videos to vent because I have no one to talk to, no one by my side, and no one to support me or anything. And I never wanted outside opinions involved, and I tried to keep things private between us two, but I was left alone with my emotions because he wouldn't communicate with me. So these videos are just me just simply trying to cope with this whole situation. How are y'all this grown and still this emotionally immature? He put me through hell and y'all are trying to sit here and blame the victim. He came into my life, he led me on, and he left me hurting. You don't get to hurt people and then play victim when they call you out. Just will never understand, like, how do you fumble somebody that's still a virgin? And I've never had my first boyfriend yet. I value myself, have boundaries, have so much respect for myself. I have morals. Like, I just don't get it. Then you just turn around and just act so offended when I tell my story on how bad you hurt me. How are you getting mad that the truth is out? He needs to really reflect on his own behavior if he thinks me telling a story is me bashing him or whatever. Like, no, I'm just telling my story, explaining how bad you hurt me. And instead of him taking accountability, he gets defensive, angry, tries to play victim, send people to gang up on me and cuss me out and call me all these names and harass me and try to silence me for speaking my truth. That reaction says everything. It tells me everything I need to know about these people. The way y'all acting doesn't make you powerful or justified. It just shows immaturity and lack of emotional responsibility. And calling out disrespect is not being bitter. A woman knowing her worth is not the problem. The problem is people who can't handle the truth and me setting boundaries. And what's really happening is some people can't handle women who don't chase, don't beg, and don't tolerate bare minimum behavior. So rather than owning up to their actions, they try to flip the narrative and paint her, which is me, as the problem. But a woman knowing her worth will always threaten people who have no worth at all. Please do not lead me on if I'm not somebody who you want, because my heart is way too pure for that. Fumbling a pure lover girl and leaving her just sad, hurt, and confused is going to be the reason for your karma. You're really a fucked up individual to treat somebody like that. I've never cared about anyone the way I care about him. Like, that's why this shit hurts so bad. I've never expected someone to treat me so well in the beginning to end up treating me like this. It's a different kind of evil when someone knows your heart and knows how genuine and pure you are and still does you dirty. I am so tired of healing from things that I did not deserve. It is so unfair how people who traumatize you get to just move on and progress with their life so casually and carefree, while you're sitting there healing and just relearning all the basics just to feel like yourself again. It's been 9, almost 10 months of hurt, and I still would just burst into tears at random times because this situation is just constantly on my mind, and I'm just so upset how much he changed and how disrespectful he is towards me now. I've never expected someone I cared about so much to end up treating me this way. It just hurts so much for people to just do me wrong and blame me and then play victim when I finally react. You can't get mad at a reaction that you caused. I cannot believe this. Like, why do the evil people always get away with everything while the good people just gotta sit there and suffer? But I'm not gonna worry about it too much because I know karma is gonna come back on him, and I cannot wait until he meets himself and someone else so he can feel exactly how bad he hurt me. And one day he's gonna meet someone exactly like him, and that's when he'll finally understand the pain that he caused me. And then the girl he talking to now, I hope she treats him the exact same way he treated me, because sometimes the lesson has to be learned through experience, and that's the only way he'll understand. I don't know why he would even leave me for somebody else in the first place. It's really sad that how in a room full of people, I would never be someone's first choice. He was supposed to be my first ever relationship. He was supposed to be my boyfriend. I really thought he was going to end up being my first ever boyfriend, and I was supposed to be experiencing all my firsts with him, but he decided to just drop me that easily and just start talking to somebody else. Why would you leave me on like that knowing I've never experienced my first relationship yet and also still a virgin? If you wanted to stop talking, you should have just communicated that with me, not just drop me out of nowhere and just leave me hurting. And that's why it was so easy for him to just let go of me, because he was obviously entertaining and talking to somebody else the whole entire time. And it's just so hard for me to get over this because I don't have anybody to talk to. I never experienced my first relationship ever before. So for somebody just to leave me on and make me think I'm about to experience all these new things in life, of course it's gonna hurt me bad. His whole entire demeanor just completely changed towards me. He came into my life and he presented himself one way, as safe, gentle, and respectful, and then he just completely switched his whole entire personality into this whole entire different person. He became so disrespectful out of nowhere, and that is not my fault. He changed on his own. I'm just reacting to how bad he hurt me, so don't try to blame me for someone else's actions. He treated me wrong, not the other way around. His whole demeanor changed towards me. He started being so disrespectful and so mean to me. So if he flipped the switch that quick, then you know he started talking to somebody else. When a man starts being so mean towards you, so disrespectful and distant out of nowhere, then that's him emotionally just checking out. And let's be real, people don't check out of someone unless they're checking into someone else. The kindness faded, the patience disappeared, the respect wasn't there anymore, and that's because someone else entered the picture. And that really breaks my heart, knowing that no one wants to appreciate me when I'm literally the prize. I'm literally someone's dream woman. Like, I was literally crying about this the other day, how no one wants to appreciate me. Because how can you fumble somebody like me? How can you not appreciate someone like me? I am so rare. You will never come across somebody like me, especially in this fucked up generation. And of course I took it personal, because I would have never done this to him or anybody. I would never lead somebody on and just leave them to deal with this kind of pain. And then I will always cry and blame myself, thinking everything is my fault. But in reality, he just wanted an excuse for him to not have to tell me that he talks to somebody else. And the girl he talks to now, she probably got no morals, no respect for herself or nothing. And I just know it because I'm rare and I'm one of a kind. I'm 24 years old, still a virgin, never had my first boyfriend yet. I have so much morals, values, and respect for myself. And men, or should I say boys, will always choose somebody that's easy over someone with morals. And that proves that guys do not value women with morals and self-respect. They will always choose somebody with no self-worth. How is he already dating another person, but he chose to stop talking to me? I'm just so frustrated because he ruined my peace. I was fine before I met him. I was not worried about a relationship or anything. But he approached me first and he led me on. So of course I'm going to be hurt if I never experienced my first relationship before. I would not be going through any of this shit right now if we never met in the first place. Why the fuck did I even have to meet him in the first place? I would not be going through any of this shit if we never met. This shit makes me so angry. I don't want to have to go through all this. It's a shame that we even crossed paths. And I just know the girl he's with now, I just know she doesn't have the same morals and values as me. Because just look at how quickly he left me just because all I wanted was simple communication and honesty from him. But he couldn't do that or take accountability for his actions. And the fact that he's already with somebody else tells me everything that I need to know. It tells me that the girl he's talking to now doesn't require the same things that I do. She doesn't care about the respect, the communication, or the accountability that I require. That's why it was so easy for him to just walk away from me and give his attention to someone else. Guys will always choose whoever is easy over someone who's real, actually has values, morals, and standards. And that is just so frustrating. And here I am hurt while he chooses someone who doesn't even compare to me. Nobody wants to appreciate me and I'm so rare and I will never get that. I will never understand that. And plus, guys only care about looks and body and shit like that. So the girl he talks to now is probably prettier than me or got a real nice body or some shit like that. Men will always chase the pretty face and a perfect figure, while the real ones with a mature mindset and morals just get overlooked. And that shows that dudes only value looks and not mindset. Because there is no way you're passing up somebody who is still a virgin. And I've never had my first boyfriend yet. I have so much morals, values, respect for myself. Everything that I already... I say this all the time. I have standards, I have values, morals, so much respect for myself. But you choose the other person based off looks and body figure. That makes no sense. They will always choose somebody that's easy over someone with morals. And honestly, nobody in this generation even is going to care that I'm still a virgin and have so much morals and respect for myself. And that's the heartbreaking part. They will never value someone real until it's too late. I can be rare, I can be genuine, have morals, values, standards, but it doesn't matter to them. They only care about what's easy, what looks good, or what's convenient. And he won't realize what he lost until it's too late. And like I said, just imagine if the girl he's with now treats him the way he treated me. And then maybe he'll finally understand the pain that he caused me. And he better not come crawling back to me after realizing what he lost. You will never get another conversation out of me after all the hurt, pain, and disrespect you put me through. You will never hear from me again for the rest of your life. There is no way people treat me this bad. And I am such a genuine person. I'm the most genuine person you will ever meet. And people choose to just step all over me and treat me any kind of way. This is definitely the wrong generation for people with good hearts. Us lover girls get overlooked in a world that doesn't value genuine love. It feels like we just can't win. And people always bring up the whole love yourself thing. Every time you're upset about how relationships don't work out or stuff doesn't work out for you. People always bring up oh, just love yourself and it'll come eventually and stuff like that. And one thing I need to say about that is loving yourself does not magically fill the space where romantic love is supposed to be. It just helps you not settle for less while still hoping for something real. You can love yourself and still crave connection. You can be whole on your own and still want to be chosen, cherished, and loved the right way. Wanting that does not mean you're lacking anything. It just means you're human. That's a basic human desire, like I've said before. Especially for someone like me who has never been in my first relationship ever and I'm about to be 25 this year. And I craved that even more because I was laid on and heartbroken with this whole situation. Someone made me believe I was about to experience all these new things in life, only just to pull away and just let me down. And he's the one that approached me first. And I have never had my first boyfriend yet. Still a virgin. I've never been on a date ever in my life until 9 months ago in April when I went with him. I have not experienced anything in life. People my age have already experienced so much and already in relationships, engaged, married, have kids, and I just feel so behind, like life is just passing me by. And not even just relationship wise, like I'm speaking in general as well. Never had a social life, never had friends. I sit home 24/7. I sit home multiple days straight without ever even leaving the house because I have no reason to leave the house unless I have to go to work. I'm completely isolated. I don't get to experience anything in life. All this is just weighing so heavy on me. It's like I'm watching everyone else experience all that while I just gotta sit back and waste my life away. And it really frustrates me because I feel like I will never meet somebody on my level of emotional maturity. This generation does not value real love and standards. And that's hard when you're actually someone who loves deeply and wants something genuine. And that's hard when you're someone who actually loves deeply and wants something genuine. I am so rare, so I just don't know how anyone could not appreciate me. I want to be met with the same emotional maturity and the same effort that I give. I'm asking for intention, consistency, and real love. And nobody wants to appreciate the love that I'm capable of giving. And it is so exhausting just feeling like nobody is out there for me. And I just feel so alone. And another thing that I hate is that I really hate when guys ask for your number and just act like they're interested just to talk to you for like a day or two and then just ghost you out of the blue. If I was the type to approach a guy first, I would never lead somebody on. I would never ask for their number just to lead them on and ghost them. I would approach with intention because I actually want to pursue you. Ghosting me is such a fucked up thing to do. I feel like they do that shit just to boost their ego and see who they can pull. That shit is so childish. It's so corny. If someone is genuinely interested, they would want to talk to me and check in with me throughout the day. So if you can go the whole day without talking to me, then you are definitely not interested. And even if you're busy, you would make time for me if you truly cared about me. And when I'm genuinely interested in you, I would want to talk to you all the time. So if you're not reciprocating that and you're purposely ignoring me, then you're obviously not interested. That shows complete lack of interest. Who actually wants to genuinely build a connection and talk to me and spend time with me? And then plus, a lot of guys are the type to just entertain multiple people at once. I would only speak to one person at a time or nobody at all. And 99% of the time, I'm talking to 0 people. Because I don't even have a social life, for one. But also because nobody ever shows up for me consistently. No one ever shows up with consistency and reciprocates my energy. I'm always the last person to send a text. Like, they always leave me hanging. I guess I'm too boring for you because no one appreciates good women these days. But they will always entertain a hoe. And everybody knows this ain't that with me. They know I don't play that shit. So women with morals will always intimidate a man that can't handle respecting a woman for her morals, her values, and her self-worth. But as I was saying, like, being single my whole life, I have always had so much time to just sit back and observe everyone and just watch and learn. I've had time to observe. I watch how people move, how people treat their partners, how people switch up when things get hard, how people will leave you for somebody else, and how quickly people will just settle for less just to not be alone. I fully know what I want in a man because I've been chronically single for the past almost 25 years. And it's crazy how people are just settling and getting in relationships with just anybody. That's why I've never experienced anything ever in my life, because I don't settle. I haven't met anyone who aligns with me yet. And it's crazy how I'm still a virgin and it be dudes who have kids or are just the complete opposite of me who be trying to talk to me. And I really hate that. Like, I am still a virgin. Why would I date somebody who got kids already? I wish I could just meet another virgin so we can really experience all of our firsts together. You know how perfect that would be? It ain't gonna be nobody my age that's a man and still a virgin at this age. And it's just sad because in a few months I'll be 25 years old. So everybody my age has already experienced everything and already has kids. So it's like I'm never gonna come across somebody who's just like me. because I'm just so rare. So it's going to be extremely hard to come across somebody like me, and somebody that aligns with my morals and my values and my self-worth. And then it's sad because in the black community, like, black men do not value their own women. They never want to do it the right way. They never want to get married. Everybody just wants to be like a baby mother and baby daddy. They just want to continue to be a statistic and just keep having kids with multiple different women and just be a baby daddy their whole life. That's just sad. They're the only race who doesn't value their own women. Why are y'all so comfortable just creating broken families? I don't get it. Like, why are y'all normalizing that? Black men do not value the traditional rules of getting married and commitment and having two-parent households. They don't value any of that, and that's just sad because that's all I ever wanted. And I don't see myself marrying anyone but a black man because I love my own race. But sadly, for us black women, they don't love us as much as we love them. We love our own kind. With them, it's a whole different story. Every other race loves and protects their own women except black men. And fortunately, my parents are still married. So being grown and having parents who are still married is definitely a blessing, because a lot of people don't have that. And I hope to give that to my future kids. I want to be loved, cherished, and valued for the genuine person that I am. I want to get married, I want to have kids with one person, and I want to be with one person for the rest of my life. Nobody values that in this generation. And then sometimes it be dudes who have no kids who be messing with the women who have multiple kids by multiple different men. You are really settling for less and have no respect for yourself. Because if you have 0 kids, why would you want to entertain a woman who has multiple children by multiple different men? That's crazy. These men don't ever have standards or boundaries or any kind of self-worth. They literally date anybody just because they're easy access and have no self-respect. I'm just so upset how I literally will be 25 in a few months, and I have not experienced anything in life at all whatsoever. And I got this close, but he decided to remove himself out of my life. I thought that was going to be my new experience, but thought wrong. My life is on repeat. I relive the same day every single day. My life has no structure and no purpose. Literally nothing new is happening for me in life. My life has been on repeat for all these years, and it just feels like my life is just wasting away. I'm literally so unhappy that I'm about to be 25. I haven't experienced anything in life, and time is just going by way too fast, and I can't even catch up. And I know life is not like a race, but it's like I'm sitting back waiting for things to happen that will never happen. Like, I'm sitting back with the hope that I'll get to experience everything, but nothing is happening for me. It's like I'm just waiting around, wasting time, waiting for something to happen for me, and it's never going to happen. I'm just so angry at my life. I just can't even imagine a future for myself because nothing ever happens for me. I have no clue where life is taking me at all. I'm so confused. I've never been this confused in my life. And then with dating, like, with me as a woman, like, I would never make the first move on a guy because I feel like, that's a guy thing to do. But anybody can approach anybody, but that's just me. Like, I would never approach a guy first because I feel like if they actually wanted to speak to me, they would. So if you're not naturally, like, drawn to me, then I'm going to assume that you're not interested. And sometimes they could be very shy like me, because that's another reason why I would never approach first, because I am just extremely shy. That's the main reason I would never approach. But even if they're shy, they'll still show like subtle signs that they're into you and that they're trying to talk to you. And I can easily read people's body language, even if they don't say a word to me. I can still tell and pick up on if they're interested in me or not, even if they don't say anything to me at first. And so with me, I just like to sit there and just let them approach me, because I like people who are naturally drawn to me. I don't have to say a word. I just sit there and be my regular, shy, quiet, introverted self. I don't ever go out my way to speak to anybody. So if people are naturally drawn to me, then you know it's genuine. And I'm the kind of person that nobody pays attention to. I'm quiet, I'm reserved, I stay to myself, and I'm easy to miss. And I don't demand attention, so I just fade in the background. It's like I just watch life happen while I just stand on the sidelines, just going unnoticed and unchosen. It just hurts watching others just being seen and valued while I just feel invisible. I just will never understand how you don't appreciate somebody who's as genuine as me. It really blows my mind. People don't ever stop to notice me, but the very few people that do, I really appreciate, because they are so genuine and so rare, just like me. So it's like that mutual connection. And it really warms my heart when people compliment my mindset and how much of a genuine person I am. That shows they actually appreciate me for me. And when you live by morals, it feels like no one pays attention to you and the world just passes you by. They only notice the people who are desperate for attention, easy, and just have no respect for themselves. And I'd rather be alone and unnoticed than to lower my standards, because the right people will naturally be drawn to me. And it is so crazy because as a kid, I really thought I would be married by this age. And little did I know that I would still never have my first boyfriend yet and still a virgin at almost 25 years old. Like, that is just so crazy to me, because as a kid or like a teenager, whatever, I would have thought I would have been living a whole different life right now at this age. Like, I never would have thought. And plus, I just have no social life, no friends, nobody to call up, nobody to text. I have no social life, nothing. Like, I'm just a very sheltered and very isolated person. That's another reason why it's so hard for me to get over this whole heartbreak, because this is all that's on my mind 24/7, and my thoughts have nowhere to go. And my thoughts have just nowhere to escape to since I'm so isolated. So I'm stuck in my head, just battling 24/7, battling my thoughts, just beating myself up. And it's so hard dealing with all this on top of all the other things I'm going through mentally. So the pain just doesn't get a break. Like, I'm just battling everything at once. Everything is just piled on top of each other. And then what really gets me is when I see people at work just smiling up in his face like everything is fine when it's not. They don't see the other side of him. He's evil, he's toxic, and he hurt me. So when I watch people act like he's just this great person, it just irks me so bad, and that really makes my blood boil. And it's like they're just validating the lies, and the fact that people are so blind to see that is crazy. And then people at work know about the story time, obviously. And they know what he did, and they know how bad he hurt me. And they still just smile up in his face and acting like everything's fine. You know the truth, and you still try to act like it doesn't exist. I lived that truth. I lived through the lies, the manipulation. I felt the heartbreak, everything. So to see people just validate him and laugh with him and act like he is just this great person, that is so frustrating. Like, it is so exhausting. And honestly, it's just crazy to watch. And then people from my job literally come to my page and watch my story every single day and don't even follow me. So that's how you know they talking about me behind my back. And people who be coming to my page, those are the same people who be talking to him at work all the time. And he probably spreading all these lies to them about the situation, everything, trying to make it seem like he's the victim. Like, what? That's just so fucked up. I absolutely hate the people I work with. That's why I just stay quiet and just stay to myself. Don't speak to anybody all day. Just do my work and come home. I don't have time for no extra shit. I need to do bigger and better things with my life. I shouldn't even still be working there in the first place. I've been there for 5 years already. In March, it'll be 5 years of me working there. Like, I should not even still be working there. I should not be working there in the first place with these crazy ass people who are not at my level of maturity. It's crazy for y'all to be grown and still acting so childish. It's really time to do something new. Like, I wish I could just quit my job, move to a whole different state, start a whole new life. I really need to just start a whole new life somewhere else. Like, I need to move. I need to get out of here. I cannot grow or elevate living in this toxic ass state of Delaware. This shit is so embarrassing to even be living here. Like, I am so ashamed to even be from here. This state serves no purpose at all. The people are weird, the vibes are weird, the men are terrible, they have no respect for women. And speaking of people disrespecting me, here's an example. And I was literally just talking about how disrespectful these men are. And the very next morning after I recorded this video, I got a random message from this random ass nigga. And he literally called me a miserable ass, ugly ass bitch. Out of nowhere. Like, who the fuck this bitch ass nigga think he talking to? Like, what the fuck? That really just threw my whole entire day off. And I had just woke up. And my day was already ruined before I even got out the bed. He's just a random ass person who just came out of nowhere and messaged me that out of the blue. This is a clear example of how disrespectful these men are. Or should I say boys? Because they don't act like men at all. You see how people just disrespect me for absolutely no reason? Like, I don't even know this guy. I don't know how he just came out the blue and just said that out of nowhere. I don't know what possessed him to say that to me, but That is just really sad, because for you to call women out their name and disrespect women like that is just insane. Like, you can just tell when dudes never had a father figure in their life, never had guidance, never were taught how to treat a woman. And that's just sad. And like I said, my parents are still married. My parents been together my whole life. So I know how a man is supposed to treat me. That's why I have so much respect for myself. No respect for themselves. Very disrespectful, very immature, very emotional. They do way too much to please other men. They sit there and argue back and forth with women, but will never say a word to another man. And then the women do not support other women. They seek male validation. They're ghetto. They're mean as fuck. They have no morals. This whole state is so fucking trifling. I hate Delaware. I do not claim Delaware at all. This state is literally in the middle of nowhere. Nobody even knows about Delaware. Like, if you go on vacation and they ask you where you're from, you say, oh, I'm from Delaware. They're gonna be like, what's that? That's how corny this state is. No one even knows what Delaware is. I am so ashamed to be from here. It is so embarrassing. This state is so small, so everybody knows everybody. Everybody's just passed around and ran through. The people are just so trifling, so disgusting. I can't even believe I'm even from here. I cannot be around these people. Like, y'all morals, y'all mindset, and y'all priorities are so fucked up. Y'all priorities, morals, and mindsets do not align with mine at all. And I know my soulmate does not live in no whack-ass Delaware, and I know that for sure. I'm completely unknown, a loner, a homebody. Literally no one knows me. I'm pure, I'm genuine, I have so much respect for myself. These people can never compare to me. I am the complete opposite of these people. I just cannot be around here no more. Like, I just need a fresh start somewhere new in a whole different state, starting a whole new life. I just need a new life, because this can't be.